Hi everyone, Lori here, and I'm going to talk about something I did that I really loved the effect of. Number one, I put down a thin layer of gold, then I took a bottom of a bottle and pressed it into it. I used a little bit of a stencil to give it a little flour and then let it dry completely. After that, I laid over a very thin layer of purple. I love purple. And while it was still slightly wet, I put kale leaves and rose leaves. This is going to give me a second layer of texture. Now, the trick here is that the purple is very thin because remember, I already have dry gold underneath this, which is actually going to be seen first because, of course, you're always working in reverse. The feathery texture of this ornamental kale is going to add just this really great element to the backdrop. Then the rose leaves are going to add those veining and a little bit of the shape of the rose leaf. And as it gets put down, it's just leaving a little bit of an imprint. I will tell you, when I did this, the purple is not quite dry, but almost dry. It's very thin and very translucent. So that's the trick to this particular one that I created. It almost has a marble effect, I believe, when I get it done. I'm picking them up after I rubbed them in really well. What I did that isn't in the video is I laid a piece of paper down on top of it and just took a brayer and rolled it. It was almost completely dry at that point. Now I'm layering over this blue. I am telling you, blue over purple pops. It looks fantastic. So try it if you haven't. It's really cool. So now remember, I have gold underneath, and we're working that backwards. Then I have purple. And now this blue is going to come through wherever there is negative space. And again, remember, we're working in reverse. So the blue is actually almost working as a backdrop. Now, I'm making sure it's a nice, even layer. It's actually, the blue I used is a little bit thicker, right? With the others were very thin layers. The blue is thicker. Now I'm using rice paper that has sizing. The shiny side is going onto the paint, and I'm going to press it and leave it. Now I need to explain how long I left this for. I probably left it for about 45 minutes. And I had a really thick layer of blue. So believe it or not, there was a couple tiny spots that were a little bit wet, but that's okay. You know, I could have left it a little longer. I probably should have, but now I want to show you the effect that happens. It's beautiful. Now the rectangles you'll see that come up at the end when I do flip it completely over. So in your brain, think, okay, I got to look for the rectangles. See that green bottle on the lower corner? That was a little Jägermeister bottle. And I love the outline that it gives with the little rectangle. So I pressed that into the gold when it was still wet way in the beginning, which again, you didn't see. I was showing you the dried effect. All it was literally, I laid down a thin layer of gold, took the Jägermeister bottle, and pressed it in random pattern, not even a pattern because it was random, into the gold. And then I let it dry completely. So that was my base layer. Then I took a stencil and just did a couple little marks. They're like little stars. And I used paint. The same paint you see that I used purple all over, believe it or not, was what the paint was that I put down on the star. And this is the result. And I have the lighting in the room, I have two lights shining on it, but it really doesn't show its justice. So I'm going to zoom in and show you here. And I will tell you, I did enhance it a little bit because in camera, it seems more muted than it is. And it's not as muted. There's a little reflection. So I did a little bit of an enhancement because shows more of the true colors when I show this enhancement. Just to give you the idea. And if you see, as the light and the camera lighting is going onto these two papers, you can see the gold better. And just look at the purple and the blue. It's absolutely stunning, and I hope you try this in your own projects. Bye.